Oke, teman-teman Independent Training, welcome back to our channel Independent Training. We are going to discuss two topics for today. The first one will be the scale of your data. It means that number is not that easy to interpret. We have four types of scale, and then the other issue will be the sample of how to collecting your sample. So we have primary data and then secondary data. Don't forget to subscribe to the Independent Training channel so you can get the latest video from our channel. Yes, welcome back to Independent Training channel. So we have two topic for today will be the scale. It means the scale, the number is not that easy to interpret. We have four type of scale that you should understand, and then the last issue will be the how to collecting your data. Yeah. First one we are going to discuss regarding the scale. So scale is about the number, but the number is not that easy to interpret. When we put example, if you have two numbers and then this is number one and then this is number two, yeah. These two numbers have a different meaning if you have a different treatment. The first example will be if you have two data. Number one is for the male respondent and then number two is for the female respondent. It means you are grouping the respondent into two, number one and then number two. Yeah. This number one and then number two, we are not going to differentiate that this is have an equal position. But in the other term, in the other case, the number one and the number two could be in the different treatment. The number one will be the first champion, and then the number two will be the second winner. Yeah, so you are notice that this is going to be different. This is going to be a different treatment. Number one and the number two can be interpreted in the several interpretations. So this is describing about a scale that will be the easiest example. So what is actually the scale? The scale is we will examine in this chapter the types of scale that can be applied to measure different variables, and in the next we will see how we actually apply them. Yeah. So we are going to discuss scale because your data, because your research will be financial data, and then so you're going to input many types of number that actually that number has a different meaning. A scale is a tool or mechanism by which individuals are distinguished as to how they differ from one another on the variable of interest to our study. There are four basic types of scale: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Yeah. First one, nominal. What is actually nominal scale? A nominal scale is one that allows the researcher to assign subjects to certain category of groups. For example, with respect to the variable of gender, respondents can be grouped into category male and female. These two groups can be assigned code number one for male respondent and then two for female respondent. Yeah? So number one and then number two, they have equal positions. The number one is not superior than number two. Yeah, so this is nominal scale. Yeah. Other case, if we are going to discuss ordinal scale. An ordinal scale not only categorizes the variable in such a way as to denote difference among the various category, it also ranks ordered category in some meaningful way. Yeah. So this is the highlight in the green highlight. Keyword is rank. Yeah. So this is different with nominal scale. The rank is already number one in the first winner, and then number two is second winner. So this is the number one is going to be superior than number two. That will be the example of ordinal scale. Yeah. The third one will be interval scale. Yeah, I just going to the keyword. In other words, the interval scale not only group individual according to certain category and types the order of this group, it also measure the magnitude of the difference in the preference among the individuals. Yeah, this is quite difficult to explain, but let's just go to the example. Interval scale, the example will be the Likert scale. So if you notice, this is questionnaire. When you are fill up the questionnaire, yeah, number one strongly disagree, number two disagree, number three North is green, usually neutral. Number 4 is green. Number 5 is green. So this is interval. Yeah? This is interval. Yeah, this is example of interval scale, questionnaire, Likert scale. Yeah, and then the last one will be a ratio. Yeah, usually this is going to usually that we are going to use in our financial data, return on asset, return on investment. Yeah, and then the other financial ratio. Yeah. By definition, thus the ratio scale not only measures the magnitude of the difference between points on the scale, but also taps the proportion in the difference. Yeah, so ratio scale will be the last discussion regarding type of scale. Yeah. So we are going furthermore discussing about how to okay. I'm going to skip this reliability validity because most of our study we are not dealing with the questionnaire, so we are not discuss these types of data. So this will be the source of your data. Yeah. Data collection method. Data collection method basically divided into two. The first one is primary data. Yeah, primary data. What is primary data? Are individual focus group panels of respondents specifically set up by the researcher and from whom opinion might be sought on specific issue from time to time, or some source such as Trashnet. Yeah. This is source primary data. It means they are direct gathered the data from the first informant. Yeah. So usually this will be the interview. Yeah. But you will be focused on secondary source, secondary data, as for example, company reports, government publications, industry analysis, offered by the media, website, the internet, and so on. Yeah. So for financial data, quantitative approach, you focus on secondary sources. Yeah. Good example like the stock price. Example from yahoofinance.com, or might be annual report, financial report from www.idx.co.id. So you will get financial report or annual report, financial statement. And then could be the government publication. Government publication will be if you are going to discuss regarding government regulation, might be from Financial Service Authority or Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, that will be government publications. All the other publications regarding the government's policy. Yeah? That will be a focus on secondary sources. Yeah? So, and then the focus will be we are not going to discuss focus group. Focus group usually for interview, yeah? Or questionnaire. Yeah? So. This will be on chapter 3. Usually they are going to put the explanation where they can get the data, where can you obtain the data, so you can easily replicate the source of data from the previous research. That's going to be your next research. Yeah? So that will be the end of source of data that usually appears in chapter 2. Oke, teman-teman independent training, jadi kita udah bahas dua topik. Yang pertama adalah source of data. Don't forget to remind that we have two types of source of data, will be the primary data and then secondary data. And then the other discussion will be type of scale. We have 4 types of scale that we are going to use, especially in your final thesis. So teman-teman jangan lupa share kalau misalkan video ini bermanfaat, like kalau kamu suka, dan untuk bikin YouTube channel ini makin keren, independent training, kamu jangan lupa komen.